with teacher Jason. Go ahead. Yeah.
I am Jason. I'm math teacher at Deecolonize Academy.
Alright. Hey, Muteado Silencio, also one of the teachers, one of the supporters of War Magazine, and right here with Deecolonize Academy. Thank you for making time for us.
Yeah, thank y'all for coming down.
I'm Tibo, a student at Deecolonize Academy.
My name is Amir. I'm 17 years old and I'm the student of Deecolonize Academy.
I'm Fabian, a student at Deecolonize Academy.
I'm Kimo. I'm also a student at Deecolonize Academy.
I'm Akil, another student at Deecolonize Academy.
I'm Zaire, the cameraman, and a student at Deecolonize Academy.
Right on.
All right. And, oh, Tiny. Sorry. I am the poverty scholar. That houseless mama, that houseless daughter, all those people you don't want to see, never want to be, look away from me. But we building homefulness right now, so we can be free.
Adriana, worker owner at Mandela Grocery Cooperative.
Ashe. All right. So, first of all, you scholars, why don't you give Adriana one of the papers just came out, and then we have a whole stack for y'all.
Thank you.
Yep. And there you go.
All right.
A historic moment, and then
Poor people labor.
Kimo, why don't you start with your questions, fam? Each of them have a question.
Okay.
You can say that. Right. How are you doing today?
Doing well, thank you.
Nice. Can you tell us a little bit about what your store is, who you are?
Sure. Mandela Grocery Cooperative is a worker-owned grocery store. I'm one of 10 worker owners at the store, so the people who work the store, work the cash register, take out the trash, do the bookkeeping, cook in the kitchen, we're all owners of this business. And we share tasks and responsibilities. Full ownership.
Wow.
Thank you.
Next question. Who wants to go?
What's some different things you do in the community for just people like in the community?
Sure. Well, anytime anyone comes in and need a food or drink, we offer that, no questions asked. Another thing that we do is, we're part of the community. A lot of the folks who work here and own this store live in the neighborhood. So, everyday people out, getting exercise, walking their dogs, just being in community. So that's another thing, just being in it fully. Another thing that we do is we partner with local organizations and we just participate with one another. We support one another in all the ways that we can, whether that's placing advertisements in your paper or helping distribute food around. We take a lot of our food to the free fridges when we have an overstock of food. We also donate in the community. We have a small farmers market where we give food at Prescott Elementary School. So we do a bunch of things. Yeah, we just try to stay connected primarily.
Akil.
How long did it take you to start the cooperative?
That's a long story. I wasn't a part of the startup at the beginning, but I understand that it took 7 years before the cooperative opened. They started organizing and planning, and it took years and years and years. Finally, we got it opened up, and we've been open as a business for 11 years now, 11 and a half years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, next question, Amir.
My name is Amir, and where do you get your products from?
Okay, so an assortment of distributors and individual makers. So we prioritize local food makers and local farmers. So we work with a number of local farmers that deliver to us on a daily and weekly basis. We also get some produce from larger, there's one called Veritable Vegetable. They're a woman-owned produce distributor, and they only distribute organic produce. They're in San Francisco. So they offer us some fair prices, so we work with them a lot. And you'll see we have a lot of independent vendors, so some products that you wouldn't recognize, but if you look at a lot of them, you'll see that they're made in the Bay Area or made in Oakland. So we work with a lot of individuals who call and say, I have a product, what do I need to do to get it in your store? This will be the first grocery store that I've worked with. So a lot of people launch their products here. Yeah.
Beautiful. Okay, next question, Zaire.
Do you know how many black people come in this store?
I don't know the exact number, but I know that the number is increasing. When we first opened up, it wasn't resistance, but it was kind of like when people aren't familiar with the products you sell, and people aren't familiar with the people who own it and something is new, there's some sort of resistance sometimes. And people were, within the scope in the context of gentrification, people weren't sure who owned the store. I heard a lot of stories of, I thought y'all just cashiered, I thought you just worked here. But they weren't understanding that we actually own the store.
Wow.
So things are starting to change as more people are becoming aware. Not only do Black people own the store, but that we're committed to our personal health and community health. So that's why you see, you know, some differences in the quality of the food and the prices, because we're trying to offer quality food. We're also trying to support ourselves, you know what I mean, and make a livable wages. So the pricing is going to be a little bit different because we have to build that into the price points, you know, paying ourselves livable wages. That's another piece, and offering benefits. Yeah, so more and more Black people every day. And folks of color, folks. Yeah.
Thank you, Tibu.
So I have two questions. One, personally, by yourself, how long have you been working here?
I've been working here for 8.5 years. Actually, February, so 9 years.
9 years, wow.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. This month.
Second question is Mandela Grocery looking to expand, maybe open grocery stores in different locations, different areas of the Bay, maybe even further?
Right, great question. So how co-ops work is we expand in different ways. One of the ways we expand is helping other cooperatives open. So it's not a franchise, not another Mandela, but we help, like East Oakland Grocery Co-op was their name at the start. Now they're called the Deep Grocery Co-op. They're opening in Deep East Oakland.
Nice.
They're looking for a location. We offered our space and our knowledge for on-the-job training. So they did a 12-week on-the-job training here.
Oh, wow.
Where they learned how to run a grocery store. You know, we offered them technical support, and we did some online training with them as well in terms of how cooperatives work, cooperative theory, the concepts, you know, the benefits and whatnot. So we did an online training about sort of theory and things, and then we did an on-the-job training where they were paid to learn how to run a grocery store. So that's how cooperatives expand.
Nice.
You know, helping one another, supporting one another.
Last question from Chemo. You got your question, your last question, honey.
Project, please.
Right. You know, in this world of a lot of conflict and, you know, big dangerous events happening that threaten us all, what's the biggest threat or biggest issue that the store faces? You know, is there any adversity that you come across, anything that troubles you?
I would say fear itself, you know what I mean? A lot, and fear to, that's a deep question. Yeah, I would say fear coming externally, fear internally, just to live ourselves to the fullest, whether that's like politically, connecting with people we wouldn't otherwise connect with, really dealing with white people in a way that is not in a reaction to them, but coming from deep within inside. You know what I mean? Not being reactionary, but really being proactive and being sincere and being totally honest with the way that we are in front of people. You know what I mean? Like not shying away from anything, but really being fully confident. And it's not just about white people, it's with everything. You know what I mean? Society has done a number on us to be kind of on the defense or not sure of ourselves or lacking confidence for no reason. You know what I mean? Like we woke up and we're present, so we're capable. You know what I mean? It's just it's our time to discern and make the best decisions that are best for ourselves and our community. You know what I mean? It's about all of us. Like we are all here with the strength of one another. You know what I mean? And just showing up in that way. You know what I mean? And doing all the things that we know we need to do. And at the same time, not trying to do too much and trying to do everything. You know what I mean? It's not about pleasing other people. It's about doing what you can.
There you go.
Yes.
You know what I mean? What's best for your heart. And a lot of times what's best for your heart is not overworking that heart.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So just being very careful
For real.
and
Well,
sincere and
that's
honest.
deep.
You know, and that's when it's like, okay, I got to be honest. I can't take everything on.
Yeah.
But I can do this really, really well. You know, and like, to be honest, I'm really tired. You know what I mean? Like, if I can, even if it's sitting right here in this chair like this, I'm going to take it that 20-minute nap.
Mm.
You know what I mean? It's like somebody asking me for another interview. Who is this person and what are their motives? What is this organization? What is their... we don't need to do that. We don't need it. Like, we're working for our people. You know what I mean? Like, we need our people to know what we're about. We don't need you to tell another story that's already on YouTube. You can't do that today. Just watch YouTube.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you. Beautiful question. Zaire, can you say a little bit about what Deecolonize Academy is and Poor Magazine and Hopefulness, and then we'll
Stop that.